Alrighty, we are live here. Thank you so much, Ben, here from Max My Profit. We are all about helping you build the business that you imagine. Now, if you imagined that you would have a lot more money left over at the end of the month than you have a month left at the end of the money, then this short video is going to be for you. Today, we're going to talk about making sure that your business is profitable and some of the things that you need to think about, need to be looking at on a regular basis as you build your business. And it's quite scary, I know, for a lot of business owners, especially smaller business owners that we meet. I've been a coach now for, I'm in my 20th year or 21st year actually of coaching. And I can tell you that there's so many people that I meet that do not look at their financials on a regular basis. And in fact, they quite often use or judge the performance of the business, they use their bank account, the money in the bank. And it's quite a dangerous way to run your business. Now, I know that money isn't everything, but it is up there with oxygen when it comes to the importance in your business or in your life. And if you look at why most businesses fail, and businesses do fail, they fail. I think they say 80% of businesses fail in the first 5 years. And the reason for that is not because they don't have a good idea, not because you're not passionate about what it is you do, and not because you don't have a good product or service. Typically it's because you don't manage your money, and so you run out of money. And of course, different people start chasing you, whether it's the tax department or other people like your landlord or other suppliers, and then they're able then to wind you up and just close your business down. So if you're unable to make it work from a money point of view, then unfortunately you're not going to stick around very long. You're not going to be able to help many people. So a lot of people don't like the topic of money. But the reality is, as business owners, we need to talk about money, and we need to be able to manage our money in an effective way. So I'm going to give you some key areas where you need to be very good at managing your money and making sure that you are profitable. So the first thing is that in your business, you have sort of financial reporting. Every business has to report on a quarterly basis here in Australia, in particular, anyway. Their BAS GST sort of requirements. So you have to report your sales and how much GST you collected and how much you're going to pay. So you should have some sort of accounting system that is recording all of your transactions. Now, unfortunately, I think about 80% of small businesses only use their accounting software for compliance, and that is to be able to report our quarterly BAS statements or to be able to do our annual tax returns. But really what you should be doing is you should be setting up your profit and loss statements as a management report. So these reports then can be used for you to be able to make informed decisions about your business. And you should then be looking at those on a monthly basis. So given the readily available information these days, so linking to bank accounts, and credit cards or whatever other facilities you've got, a lot of this data is automatically updated in your accounting software and enables you to be able to look at that fairly accurately on a monthly basis. And so what I first suggest is that you, or even better still, get a bookkeeper to make sure that your financials are up to date by the 10th day of the following month at the very latest. Okay, so it should be relatively easy to do by the 10th day. And that way you can make sure that in your diary that you have maybe the first Monday of every month or the second Monday of every month, you're looking at your financials. Just put it in your diary as a fixed appointment where you're going to print off your profit and loss statement from the previous month, from the previous quarter, and maybe even from that same period in the previous year. And you're going to be able to start to look at how your business is performing. Now, there's some key things that we're going to be looking at when we look at our profit and loss statement. And when I say set it up for management reporting, what I mean is you need to be able to look at that report and have it mean something to you. And so it's no good asking your bookkeeper or accountant to do it the way that they think it should be done. You've got to direct them. So it's about what's important to you. So for example, if you have different income sources, let's say you sell some products, let's say you do some services, and let's say maybe you get some commissions from affiliates or other strategic alliance partners that you might refer work. So you might have 3 different income streams. Maybe you've got reoccurring and you've got one-off income. Whatever it might be, don't lump it all into one bucket on your profit and loss statement. What you want to do is you want to separate those things out on your profit and loss statement so you're able to quickly identify what products and services are selling the most. The second thing is that the second part of your profit and loss statement will outline the cost of sale or the cost of goods sold. Okay. And so this is the money that you have to spend to make money. So, for example, if you're selling a product, for example, if I'm selling this Hill Balm, I'm the pharmacist and I'm stocking this on my shelves, I've got to buy this. And I'm probably going to have to buy a fair bit of it to put it on my shelves so I can sell it. If I don't have it there, I'm not going to sell it. Okay, so that is a cost of goods sold. Another example is, let's say I sell carpet and I have contractors that I pay when they go and install the carpet. Well, those contractors are a cost of sale. I'm only going to pay them when they do the installation, but I'm not going to be able to get the sale unless we offer installation. Okay, so these things are variable costs. So we need to be able to monitor those separately. And same thing is, you want to break them up. And if you can, try and break them up so they relate to the top incomes. So if you've got a category of products, let's say you do have, if you're at pharmacy and you've got ointments and creams might be one category. Well, then you can have the cost of sales for ointments and creams, the cost of goods sold. Then you might have, other different categories. And so that way you can actually start to monitor which categories within your business are making you the most amount of money. Okay, and this is vitally important. The next section on your profit and loss statement. So after that, so basically your income less that cost of getting that income will be your gross profit. And that's the money that you've got left to pay for your fixed expenses, things like rent, electricity, wages, etc., and for profitability. Okay, so what you need to do then is you need to make sure that you've got enough gross profit to cover your expenses and to pay you some profit. Now, in your fixed expenses should be your salary. Okay, so I see so many small business owners that don't pay themselves a salary. If you are working within the business and you hold a position of manager or salesperson, or you're doing the delivery, you're actually operational in the business, you should have an amount, even if it's just done as drawing. You don't have to do it through the normal salary mechanism, but at least in your P&L, just show yourself on the P&L as an employee taking a salary, because that way, if you ever have to replace yourself and you at least have budgeted for that salary and you're still going to make a profit. Okay, so that's pretty much, the first area where you can think about making sure you're making profit is make sure that your profit and loss statement is set up in such a way that you can use that report for management rather than just for compliance. Now, once you have it set up and you're looking at this report on a monthly basis, it does now allow you to go through and think about how you can go about increasing your profitability. Now, there's actually only 3 ways in your business to increase net profits. So once you've got the report set up properly and you're used to looking at these as a management tool, the good news is just 3 different things you can do to increase the amount of money that you make from your business. The first thing is to increase your income, your sales. Now, typically in a business is that when your sales go up, the cost of getting those sales, so your fixed expenses in particular, don't go up at the same rate. So you widen the gap between your sales and your expenses, and that leaves more money to flow through to the bottom line, which is your net profitability. So the first thing you could be doing is increasing your sales. Okay, now you might have to spend a bit of money to make that happen, or you might have to offer more products or services, but that's the way you can do that. There's lots of different ways. You could simply just increase your prices, for example. If you haven't done a price increase in the last 12 months, then just go ahead and do that. I think everyone's sort of expecting to pay a little bit more these days. We see as from tomorrow, the 1st of July here in Australia, that the award wages are going up. Fuel has definitely gone up. Interest rates are going up. Just put your prices up, charge a little bit more, because that's an easy way to increase your profitability, definitely. But your expenses might also be going up, so just be ready for that. The second way that you can increase your net profitability is to increase your gross profitability, and that's why looking at your cost of sales relative to your income is so important, because you can now focus on selling more higher margin goods and services. And what that'll do is that'll leave more money over to cover your fixed expenses. And because they're fixed, they're not going to go up when you increase your gross profit. So that's going to flow through to the bottom line. And so that's your second way. So first way is increase your sales or income. The second way is to increase your gross profit. And the third way, and this is the next way to increase your net profitability, is to reduce your fixed expenses. And that is, easy to do if you're going through and monitoring things on a monthly basis. You're able to go through your profit and loss statement at this monthly management meeting that you're going to have with yourself if you have to. Then you can go through and you can look at each item and decide what you can try and cut back. And I always like every quarter to think about, what can I renegotiate with suppliers? What can I do more efficiently? Is there a better service that's more cost effective? Is there something that I subscribe to that I no longer need? Quite often, something will enter your life and it might be a piece of software. And it might only be, $150 a month or something. It doesn't need to be much, but, it's better in your pocket, because everything that you save in those fixed expenses is going to go down to the bottom line and become profit for you as the business owner. So it's really important that you on top of your profit and loss statement, I think that any business owner that's not looking at their financials on a monthly basis is probably doesn't deserve to have a business. To be honest with you, I know that's going to offend some people, but you need to be looking at these numbers. It is the dashboard for your business. It is going to tell you the information that you need to know to make informed decisions. Making gut decisions by gut is not always the best policy when it comes to managing the financials in a company. In fact, I don't think it is at all. You want to be looking at that profit and loss statement. You want to be understanding exactly what each part of it means and have it structured so it's meaningful to you, not for the accountant, not for the bookkeeper, not for the tax man, but so you can look at it as a meaningful report, and then work on those three key areas: increasing your income, increasing your gross profitability, and decreasing your expenses. And that, in turn, those three things are the only three things you can change to increase your net profit in your business. And I said, a lot of people don't like discussing money, but let me tell you, I know money doesn't buy happiness. I get that. But money buys things that will make you happy. And whether that's, donating to a charity or buying yourself a private jet, whatever it is, you don't have to be materialistic. It does change a lot of things in people's lives. And that's why when they look, you look at suicide or divorce rates, a lot of those are associated with money or the lack thereof. So we know that money is an important factor. It's something a lot of people don't like to talk about. But when you run a business, you have a responsibility to make profit. End of story. That is how it works. If you look at the big businesses that are publicly listed, that have shareholders, there's no doubt that those shareholders are expecting the people running those businesses to make profit. And that's why they drive them the way they do. And sometimes as consumers, we can get a little bit upset by, when we deal with these big companies. But the reality is they are trying to make profit so they can ensure that the shareholders are getting their dividends and that they're getting their share prices increasing. So in your business, you need to be focusing on the same thing because you are the shareholder. How's that? All righty. Well, hopefully you've enjoyed that this week. If you do have any questions, you can pop them down below. We will monitor the questions down below. More than happy to do that. And of course, if you want help building the business that you imagined, one of the things that we are very, very good at is helping people like you to build your business. We have a 5-step business acceleration blueprint that we designed that is about as close as you can get to an instruction manual on building a business. And we have over 1,000 tools and resources in our program to help you to shortcut getting these things implemented in your business. So if you want help building your business, you can try and go it alone. There's no doubt that you'll get there in the end, possibly, but it will take you longer. It will cost you more and you will make more mistakes. With somebody like us, we're building businesses every single day of the week. We'd love to help you build the business you imagine. So you can head across to maxmyprofit.com.au, or we will leave a link down in the description below where you can click and book in for a discovery call to have a chat with myself. And it's just a 15-minute call to see if we are a good fit. And if we are, we'll be able to take you to the next level of a deeper dive. If not, then no harm done. I'll send you on your way with at least a few ideas to help you grow your business. All right, I've been Ben Futrell. You've been brilliant for tuning in. Until next time, I hope you have a profitable day. See ya.